Hey y'all, it's Shelly. I'm just coming to share with you a project that I've done for a group that I'm in on Facebook. It's called Encouragement Art, and it is basically sending out a little pick-me-up to people who might be going through a tough time. So I chose to create a card and a little one-sheet mini book with some encouragement. So I'll show you the card first. So this is my card. I used picked raspberry, faded jeans, and fired brick distress ink. And I also used a little bit of black soot at the top. Created my background. Then I stamped the Sydney skyline, and y'all, I struggled with this. I did this about 4 times, and to get it clear, I finally gave up. But I used the Sydney skyline, the Sydney name, the stars, and the little moon to create my night scene. And I used also some of that glass rhinestones that I have in a dark purple color. And I just cut this little banner out by hand, put it on black cardstock. And then I also used this little greetings from sticker from, I believe it's from Elizabeth Crafts. And I had done this to go in my little mini album that I'll show you. And sorry about reaching across. But here's the stamp. And I believe I got this off of eBay before I even moved to Australia. But I didn't have a place for it to fit, so I'll just put it in the card. There's not a sentiment or anything. I'm just going to write a note in here, a little letter. So there's the card. And then this little mini album is just from one sheet of 12 by 12 paper. And there's several videos on YouTube about how to do it. And I'm just going to show you quickly the products I use as well. I use these stamps by Diane Reevely and Ranger. Let's see. A couple more. This one is by Stampers Anonymous. And it's an old stamp. And then I use this one as well. I used some Ranger Jet Black Archival ink. Sorry about the top. It's all messed up and messy. And I used this die by Amy Designs Maps. And it's the Australia map, of course. I used these Tim Holtz Chit Chat verbiage stickers by Ideology. I used this stamp set by Lawn Fawn. I used the United States, the globe, the arrow, the X marks the spot, and the little dot up there. I used this Spellbinders, this heart here. It's called Lacy Hearts or Lace Hearts, and that is the number. Let's see, am I leaving anything out? And then I just used some purple satin ribbon just from my stash. I used these mini file folders that I brought with me from Michael's, and these mini gift cards that I brought from Hobby Lobby in the States. I think I used just the corner of this stamp to fill in a blank area. And I used a 12 by 12 sheet of Kaiser Craft paper, the Kaleidoscope collection. And this is actually the design that I used. And the inside design is a chevron design. Now I think that's everything I used. But we will see as I go through it. So you just untie the bow. And I also use glossy accents and just add a little little interest on the front. I colored up the little chit-chat words with the distress inks, and I just cut these out by hand, these hearts, and used distress inks on them as well. And these are just some trims from my stash. And then there's more of that rhinestone bling in that dark purple. So you open it up, and this is all, oh, sorry about that. This is all about the state that the person I'm sending this to lives in, which is Missouri, and Missouri is the show me state. Their state tree is the flowering dogwood. I absolutely love dogwoods. Their state flower, and I'm not even going to try to pronounce that, y'all. And put this little quote about home at the top. Me being so far from home and sending it to someone in the U.S., I just wanted to have something about home. And it says, home is the nicest word there is. And that was by Laura Ingalls Wilder. Here's a pull-out tag. Done the same thing that I did on the card with the distress inks. This is that star stamp, and it's embossed. I'm not sure if you can see that. And then here's another embossed stamping as well. And I'm from Alabama in the U.S., and Helen Keller was also from Alabama. And this is one of her quotes to me that is very inspirational. I won't sit there and read it to you, but you can pause it if you really want to read. So you just put the tag back in, turn the page, and so this is Australia flag on the Australia map, and I just printed this offline. It's the United States flag on the United States map, and I printed out sending smiles across the miles and connected roughly Missouri and where I live, which I think I went too far down for me, but and then just added a little bit more embellishment around the side there. And there's also inserts here, and this is another quote by Audrey Hepburn, who to me is a very inspirational person. I won't read this one to you either, but if you like, you can pause it and read. Then my second little pull out here is part of that heart doily that I used, and there's that edge stamp that I said I used. And this is another quote that I like from Albert Einstein. In the middle of every difficulty lies opportunity. And, you know, I can read that one. It's short. So you just slide that back in, and then turn the page, and you have another tag in here as well. A little bit lighter with the colors this time, and then this was that one of those stamps that I showed you that I used. Another quote by Anne Frank with more stamping. Anne Frank is also someone who I think is very inspirational. So, yeah, you can pause that and read it if you like. Then... So this is more about Australia and the state where I live, which is New South Wales. And I guess I would live somewhere here in the middle, because where I live is called the Central Coast. That's not my town, but it's the area. So the state bird is the kookaburra. If you have never heard a kookaburra laugh, please look it up on YouTube. You will die laughing. I used to think there were monkeys climbing around in the trees. The state flower is the waratah, and this flower is very beautiful, and it's a native plant. This is not the greatest representation of it, but I was trying to keep everything pretty much black and white, red and blue. And then the state animal is a platypus. And if you know anything about Australia, you know that, well, I said that even kind of how they say it here. I've been told my accent is changing. The state animal is a platypus. And if you know anything about Australia, you know, you would think about Aboriginals and Aboriginal art. And it's very inspiring. Since I've been here, I've gotten more interested in their style of painting, and want to explore that a little. So, and then, oh, excuse me. Then their state slogan, what I take it to be, is probably what would have been on their license plate, or as they call it here, a number plate, and it's the first state. So, these are this, how the states are broken up in Australia, and this is a little fact for you, I guess, or a little trivia. I don't know. The United States and Australia are roughly the same size. If you were to put them on top of each other, they're just a different shape. And Australia only has 5 states. So that was something that was pretty interesting to me. I'm sorry, I keep yawning away. So then I have 2 more pullouts, and this is just a little. Oh, I've bent that one. Just a little the globe that I used from one of those stamp sets, and another stamp made for you because you're priceless. And let me see, get that back in. And then this one, I used the that face stamp and art opening doors stamp. And this is a really cool stamp. It's just a bunch of doors opening, and I thought it was so cool. And maybe it will inspire, excuse me, maybe it will inspire this person to get into art to kind of cope with what they're going through. So, this was the second time I did this video. I kept yawning, and I'm still yawning in this one, but I kept yawning in the other one so much that it was pretty much useless to upload that video. So I hope you like my couple of little projects here that I'll be sending to someone in Missouri and hoping to lift their spirits a little bit. This is my second project, and I still have one more to complete. And so I'm hoping to get these all in the mail on Monday. Thanks for watching. If you want to check out this group on Facebook, just send me a message. I'll send you a link. And it's a great way to reach out to people and help people by doing something that we love, which is creating and making art. And whether you're a card maker or, whatever kind of art you do, it's all art. You're creating something. So if you'd like to do that, and just let me know, and I'll give you a link to the group, and you can join and help out and uplift somebody's spirits. So thanks for watching. I'll talk to you all soon.